Next trailer is a documentary trailer called Netflix versus the World.
Can I just say how funny it would be if this is not available on Netflix? That would be great.
That would be funny. I wonder who's putting this out. I mean, if it, I guess
Right.
we'll be able to gauge it by the tone.
Yeah.
If it's like negative towards them, then it's not going to be on Netflix.
So the Netflix story begins quite a distance in the past. Reed and I had this idea. We said, what about rental? That's an $8 billion business. And even better, people hate it. There's got to be some way that we can do this better.
Pre-Blockbuster,
I don't
most
agree
video
with
stores were small mom and
I
pop
didn't hate it.
operations in bad strip centers. And then Blockbuster came along and literally decided they were going to be the superstore of video stores.
Waiting in line at a Blockbuster, we were willing to beat that down.
Being mad when the 5 movies were already gone, and then having to pay your late fees.
The innovations that come in different technologies usually come from some entrepreneur.
That challenge of launching the company, introducing something to the world that nobody had ever known that they wanted.
You've got this sort of $8 billion company that's reaching 65 million people a year, and you've got this little company in Silicon Valley who's going to apparently destroy us.
We were just looking at this small company growing almost triple-digit growth in Netflix, but it was still pretty small at that period of time.
So Reed Hastings used to joke that you could walk around with a tin can and have people drop $50 million on you. And after the bottom fell out in 2000, that was not the case.
And the obvious strategic alternative was Blockbuster.
I could see why someone would take a look at a business of Netflix and
that
say,
Finch?
I don't think that's something we want to mess with.
I mean, at the time, the stock went down to $1.50. There was a lot of questions if we were going to survive 3 major attacks from Amazon, Blockbuster, and Walmart.
We always believed that anybody could get into this, but that nobody else could make money and offer the services successfully as we did.
Netflix is not changing the global market, it's totally revolutionizing it.
Either you hate it or you love it.
Try real hard, buddy. You can say that word.
For House of Cards, I was like, what is this
I
new
think you
show?
added a few more
HBO
syllables.
was kind of vying for that as well. Netflix threw $100 million at it for 2 seasons. I was like, wow, they just outpunched HBO.
Warner Brothers was an $84 billion deal.
What? You're not
Fox
talking
is
about
a
video
$90
games?
billion deal. So Netflix is worth more than Warner Brothers, HBO, and Fox combined. That's crazy.
All the tech giants are competing with Netflix in one way or another. Amazon is doing it very directly. YouTube now is YouTube TV.
I think Netflix has a head start on both acquiring the customers, and they've got a head start on creating their own unique content.
As long as people like consuming entertainment, there's going to be a place for a company like Netflix.
Hi, I'm Austin, filmmaker and director.
It's a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a whole. It was a Kickstarter.
It was a Kickstarter thing, yeah. So that last line is fucking 100% right. As long as people like consuming content, there'll always be a place for a company like Netflix. I'm so glad they didn't frame it by saying there'll always be a place for Netflix.
Yeah.
I think Netflix does a lot of things really well, but I also think that they're fucking up in some places. I actually miss getting discs. I was thinking about getting that because there's like shit I want to watch that aren't. It's not on
Special
streaming.
features.
Yeah. A lot of Netflix discs didn't have that. It was just the movie. Like they had specific discs.
Yeah, there was a time where they did have the actual
early
features,
on,
but
yeah.
then later on, like Blockbuster, would take out the special features.
Yeah, I that looks really interesting. I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah.
Do we know who's wait? So wait, that was a Kickstarter?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a Kickstarter thing by someone from IGN. I believe it was, or no, it was.
So the Netflix story.
Shut up. Damn it.
It begins quite.
Yeah.
It was officially. They showed the official trailer on IGN. Is what it is.
Don't think that people have anything to do with Netflix. So
I mean, that's gonna like. I feel like that will 100% be on Netflix because that just seemed like a giant Netflix jerk off thing to me. I think that looks. I will see that, but at the same time, that I have to say the trailer didn't really grab me just because like it just felt like they're just spouting out information. To you know, I'm just like, well, what are you gonna tell me that I don't already know? You know, like, yeah, Netflix, blah blah blah. Like, but I'm not saying I won't see it.
Right.
But I mean, the trailer didn't. I have to be honest. The trailer didn't really do much for me. Like, if that was available right now, I'd say, okay, hey, yeah, let's watch it. So maybe that sounds like I'm being hypocritical and saying the trailer didn't do anything for me. But I just didn't feel like it presented anything new, you know? And maybe that's the fault of the trailer.
I think so. I think the whole vibe of the trailer is, here's the shit that you guys sort of know. Let's get deeper into it during this documentary.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. When I see trailers for documentaries, like, there's sometimes when people do them and it's like, well, that did your documentary zero service whatsoever. But like with this one, I really feel like it was here's what we're gonna cover, but we're gonna go deep into all of these things. Is kind of what it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's something that's going to talk about the history a little bit more, and it's not going to, there isn't some big thing that they're going to uncover. Because, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like, okay, I feel like this is something I want to watch if I just want to get info.
Yeah.
Not to, this isn't, making a murder or something.
Right, there's no scandal or anything. There's just, behind-the-scenes stuff.
Right.
That's how I felt about the book Console Wars. Like, I already knew all that shit, but it was way in-depth about that shit that I already knew. I think this looks interesting. I also agree with you. I didn't hate the rental experience. It did suck when the movie or game you wanted was gone.
That sucked.
But similar to the streaming version of Netflix that there is now, if the thing was gone that I wanted, I would go find something else.
Mm-hmm.
And there was always something there to get.
Yeah.
So lines, I will say there was a time from 96 to 99 where no matter what time you went into a Blockbuster, there was long fucking lines. That sucked. But that wasn't a deal breaker.
No, and I felt like I don't know if I just knew when to go or whatever. I didn't feel like I encountered that too much. You brought up about missing discs from Netflix. I don't know that I missed that, but I kind of do miss the Blockbuster experience a little bit. You know, there was. This goes back to us talking about the infancy days of the internet. It's something that we're never gonna get back. And there was something that was kind of cool about going to Blockbuster and seeing what was out and what was available, or discovering something new and buying some candy or whatever, and having a Blockbuster night. You know what I mean? I do miss. There is parts of that I miss, because I don't miss the modern. I don't like the modern day version of it, which is turning on Netflix and flipping through everything and not deciding on something and saying fuck it and doing something else. You know what I mean? At least with Blockbuster, there was an end game. It's you could go through that. It's well, okay, I'm done. I guess I'm walking out. Where I could find myself just scanning through shit forever. Yeah. There's something about a Blockbuster night that I kind of miss, that I feel like a Netflix night doesn't fully accomplish, because it just falls under the category well, but is there... I don't know. It's different. I understand there could be nothing at Blockbuster that you might want at any given time, in the same way that Netflix could be like that.
But
too.
when you get
different.
out of the house and you get in the car and you go to Blockbuster, if the thing you want isn't there and you can't find anything, you force yourself to get something,
right?
Because you went through the trouble of going out to get something.
And I don't know if it's just because the stuff was tangible and you're holding it, whereas when it's digital like that, I might just I don't like the cover of that. Skip. I feel like there's a chance where you might go through Blockbuster enough times to where that thing that you passed over a bunch already, you might now pick it up and look at the back of it.
I think the thing that Netflix is doing now that really works for them is when things have trailers as you scroll over them that start playing. That is that's reading the back of the box at Blockbuster. That is actually
I
a
see
really
that.
good move.
I see that.
But yeah, it's not the same experience. It's 100% not the same experience.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I mean, one thing that I will say that I think Netflix is lacking in big time, to me, and this is different for you too, but to me, Netflix now is more of an original content company, because I can't remember the last time that I've been pumped oh yeah, that movie is not it doesn't work like pretty much anything that was in theaters ended up at Blockbuster, and it was there. Now a lot of shit doesn't end up on Netflix. It might end up somewhere else, and then that's behind that paywall or this paywall, but I cannot remember a time where I've been oh, I never saw that movie while it's in theaters. Oh, it's on Netflix. Boom, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I don't think I ever do that, but I do go, I love this movie. It's on Netflix. I'm going to go watch it.
There's that. But otherwise, I'm hyped over... My pattern with Netflix has having been more hyped over their original content. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, they haven't quite... I get that there's competition, but, for the most part, Blockbuster and Hollywood Video and stuff had the same stock. Maybe there would be the occasional thing that one didn't have over the other. So the one thing that this digital age is fucking up on is that you can't. They don't all have Netflix doesn't have everything that you're gonna want.
Right.
You might have to turn to this, and that's the part that kind of sucks.
Then there are times where nothing has the thing I want to watch, and then I'm out.
And then there's that, yeah, where it's like, oh, well, you have to buy it.
Yeah.
Or, it's so weird though. Like, and this is another, I guess, casualty of like there being streaming services that I already pay for. Because I guess the idea and the concept of Blockbuster still technically exists, because if I want to watch whatever I want to, whenever I want, like however I want to, not however I want to, like it's probably on the PSN. Or it's probably on the Google store, but I gotta pay the fucking rental fee. And for some reason nowadays, I raise my nose at that because I'm already paying for Netflix. So I guess part of that's my fault. But
no, it's not a fault thing. We've been reconditioned. Like it's same thing with music services, man. Like I subscribed to Amazon Music, and before that, I was a subscriber to Spotify. And it's one of those things where almost everything I wanted was there, but now when something's not there. And I have to pay for it. Amazon Music is a great example of that, where like, oh, this album's not on Amazon. Well, it's gotta be. And then you look in the store, and it's like, oh, it is in the store, and I can buy it for $10. It's like, I don't want to buy it for $10.
Yeah,
I'm already paying $10.
That's right, and that's the hard part. Because like I'm sitting here bitching, but I literally, if I wanted to, I could cancel all my streaming services.
Yeah.
And I could play it just like how I did with Blockbuster. Oh, what's on PSN tonight? What's on the Google Store tonight? And I mean, I guess one of the best things that I've done recently is download the Google Rewards app, where they send you random surveys, and they take literally like less than 30 seconds to finish. And I have $10.31 in free money that I could use on the Play Store.
That's
cool.
cool.
I've rented a movie like that. I've bought apps with that money because it only lasts for a year. But I'm like, okay, well, I could do that. So that part's kind of nice. But
I purchased a digital movie for the first time recently. Like,
first time?
A modern, like, I bought Christmas Vacation off Amazon because if I don't, like, I've talked about this before, I think on our Christmas episode we did 2 years ago. Like, if I don't watch that movie on Christmas Eve, like, I have a fucking anxiety attack. Like, it gets real bad. I get in a bad mood. I have a shitty day, but it's like it's a thing I need to do for me. So I bought that on Amazon because it was like $4.99 on sale, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I just take my Kindle or my phone or whatever I want, and I can watch it anytime." But I don't count that because I already own a copy of that movie on Blu-ray. It was a thing that it was literally a convenience factor for me. But I bought a movie that came out this year on Amazon digital. Because I was at a store and I was going to buy it. Now, granted, it doesn't have special features or anything like that, which I think is where a lot of this stuff is really fucked up, because, like, the Blu-ray is $25, or you get it on Amazon for $20, but you don't get any of the extras that come on the Blu-ray. I'm eventually
Voodoo sometimes have the extra.
Do they?
Yeah, because I bought The Martian, and it has all the extras.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
That's why I always check Voodoo first before I do Amazon.
This movie I bought specifically because I wanted to watch it again, and I did. And I'm probably going to end up buying it on Blu-ray also. But that movie is Ready Player One.
I knew it.
I got it for $8.99 for the HD version of Ready Player One off of Amazon. So, like, anytime I want to watch it, I just fire it up and watch it.
What I like about Voodoo, too, is when you buy the HD version... you also get the 4K version.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I guess that's just the way they do it. Like, if you have 4K, it'll just buffer into 4K. Or
and if not, it just downsamples to 1080p.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you the 1080p one. So yeah, most of the movies that I do buy, I always check Voodoo first, just because to see if they have the extra features or special features. Some of them don't have them, but for the most part, like, they have them. Like, I recently got on sale, because Black Friday, what is that movie called with the magicians? Now You See Me.
Oh, okay.
They had both of them for, I think it was like $9.99 or something like that.
Okay.
And I bought it, and it had the special features, but only on the first movie. They didn't have it for some reason on the second one. And then I bought Deadpool also because it was on sale, the 2-pack of 1 and 2, and that was I don't remember how much that was, but they both had the special features.
That's pretty cool. That's cool that that's rolled in like that.
Yeah. Let's rewind for a second, because I feel like Mike and I both jumped all over the place and we didn't really get your reaction to the trailer or Blockbuster and Netflix and all that stuff. Because I still have more to say, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Well, as far as the trailer goes, like, yeah, it wasn't really that great of a trailer, but when it has to do with any kind of like something that I really like Netflix, like I want to know the backstory, I want to know the history, I want to know what they're doing, what they're making, how they got there. So like the trailer wasn't marvelous, but I want to see it because I want to know the history. Because I know they actually like date back to like 97 or something like that, 97 or 98. Well, according to its Wikipedia, but.
And they got the actual people. Like it's not like talking head bullshit.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's really intriguing about it.
And like for me, like just because like I mean I knew it. I mean I looked up that I went that far, but I don't really remember it until like I want to say 2004 when the Dignation started getting sponsored by them, or maybe it was another show. I don't know. But, you know, they started getting sponsored by like Netflix and stuff like that, and that's kind of when it popped on my radar. So, like, I think I've been a subscriber since that.
Yeah.
Since then.
I subscribed to Netflix in like 05 or 06, I think. It was 05.
You got it before I did, so I did it sometime after you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like any history on this, like I would love to.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of like when I watched the documentary on the Virgin Megastore record store.
I was about to be like the Virgin Mary. You went too, and I'm like, I'm just gonna wait this out.
Correction, Tower Records.
Tower Records.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Which is another great fucking documentary that any person who loves music needs to see. No matter what you like. Anyone, if you like music, you gotta see it. So, but yeah, I'm actually excited for this. I'm looking forward to it.
What? Did you have anything else you wanted to?
Oh well, yeah. Well, also like what? Well, then where do you stand with the whole like, what's your Blockbuster nostalgia or Netflix, or since we talked about that a little bit?
I actually didn't go to like Blockbuster or Hollywood Video much.
Really?
I went to the independent ones.
Of course he did.
I was like, man, that is the Rick. That is a Rick answer.
That's the most Rick ass move I've ever heard.
Well, let me tell you why. Because they were fucking cheaper than Blockbuster or Hollywood Video until they pushed them out of business.
Yeah.
And I had to go to Hollywood Video and Blockbuster.
Man, can you imagine if Ryan O'Leary and Rick lived in the same town? They would have had like fucking, let's go to independent video rental store on Friday.
I mean,
every Friday.
I did for a while.
And what's wrong with that? You're supporting a mom and pop shop.
Well, like I said, I used to get rent stuff from the pharmacy, but that was before that shit existed.
Drugs,
so
who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, Blockbuster, Hollywood Video were the ones
There
that
is
I
a
went
fucking
to.
video store.
I always got pissed when they didn't have my game.
There's still a fucking regular ass mom and pop style video store right by my house.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Still in business?
Yeah, I think it's a front. I really do. Like, I'm not even trying to
If it's lasted this long,
I'm not even trying to joke around. I think it's a front for something. It's right next to the Little Caesars that's right by my house. On
There's one there?
Hadley. Yeah, right next to it.
Huh.
Well,
I think I would have said something if I saw it.
Is there anything you miss about the experience of that versus the streaming stuff?
I personally hated going to
That's
like
so
Blockbuster
funny.
and stuff like that until I lived right next to a Blockbuster. Then I was like, all right, I'll walk to it. That was when I lived in Orange.
I loved it. Like
Yeah.
for me, it was just like I thought it was cool. Like, oh, I'm gonna get a bunch of movies. My
I
parents...
think most of the time I went, they were always out of the movie I wanted. That's what pissed me off.
Yeah. That speaks right to you then. That
So-
whole line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the video game that I wanted to.
I think the thing about Hollywood Video that they got right, and Blockbuster later on too, was they had the entire fucking wall of like the newest release.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So very rarely were they out of the newest release.
Yeah. It was pretty easy to grab.
And then 2 weeks later they'd be like, well, that was a fucking shit show. We need to sell off all these so we can recoup our cost.
Yeah, it's funny. The other stuff that I was gonna say about this is just funny how much just I've changed in terms of this movie stuff. I remember, Bryant and I in high school and in college, like college especially, but no, high school too. Like every Tuesday we were going to Best Buy.
Yeah.
Or Barnes and Noble or wherever to buy whatever just came out.
Yeah.
And now I'm at a point where, especially when I moved, where I threw away a lot of my DVD collection and Blu-ray. So there's obviously stuff that I kept that I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep this, but I mean heavily reduced it. And now I'm at a point to where I feel like I could safely say, with like 97% certainty that I might not ever buy a Blu-ray or DVD again, ever, because I don't do it now. That used to make up the majority of my Christmas list. I want this on Blu-ray. I want this on Blu-ray. I want this on DVD. This on DVD.
Yeah.
I want this game, that game, whatever. A game's a whole other story. But I've just gotten to a point now where it's like, well, I know I can get it online somehow. Like, I'm not necessarily saying in a cheating way either. Like, no matter how you do it, I know I can get it online somehow if I really want it.
Right.
And then you know me, I also like was at this point. Sorry, I know we're dragging this shit out long, but I want to talk about this stuff. I'm at a point now too where I used to buy stuff and it stayed shrink wrapped, and it was just like I liked that I owned it, and now I don't feel that way anymore. Right. Now I don't feel like I just have to have it just to have it. So it's just weird how stuff has changed for me like that. Like that's where I'm at now. Like so I have these streaming services. I could cancel all of them and still treat the world like Blockbuster still exists, but digitally, or I could buy the thing, because I think that's kind of what happened. You know, you hit high school or you start getting your own money, you're in college, you stop going to the video rental store because, well, I can just go buy the fucking movies that I want to watch. And then if there's something that I don't really want to own, but maybe I'll see it again, then I'll go to Blockbuster. But I've changed in that regard. Like, I just don't want to have a bunch of shit that I don't fucking need. You know, and like that, I just reduce the clutter.
Yeah.
And so it's just, yeah, like obviously I'm still going to have my CKY box set or like certain things that I know like that. No, I'm going to keep this, but I think I got everything down to maybe like one box.
I'm actually in the process of trying to do that too.
Yeah, because it just sits there. And then, you know, we always joke like, well, I fucking own this, but oh, maybe it's on Netflix and I'll just watch it right there. And so I don't pull it out. Yeah, and so
it
baffles me.
Thinking about doing that, but like I'm probably going to try and sell the majority of it and try and get something back for it.
I was in a hurry to where I donated. I didn't throw away. I donated.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, fuck it. Like I just don't know that it's worth it. But it's funny. Like people ask me, like I'll get asked, like, well, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm just like, I don't even know anymore.
Amazon gift cards.
Yeah, I don't have an answer. Yeah, like I don't have an answer. It used to be all that stuff, and I sometimes for me, I used to be like, oh, fuck, this is kind of a big list. And now I'm just kind of like, I don't know how to answer that question anymore, what I want for Christmas. Because a lot of times I get what I want throughout the year. I don't know. So it's funny, you know. Yeah. But then I'll still, I guess it's the same way how I want to keep certain Blu-rays or DVDs or whatever. I'll still find myself wanting to buy certain bands' physical albums.
Yeah.
You know, like that I would like.
I feel like I'm supporting them more if I do that.
If I buy their album, I'll buy it at their concert.
Yeah.
For a show or whatever. Just because it's going to go straight to them.
Or like from the website. Their website.
Or their website.
Yeah. So I don't know. Anyways, like, I didn't mean to drag this out for so long, but I just think about how different my purchasing habits have become and like just the way that I consume movies has become.
Red Dead was the first physical game I've bought since Hot Shots Golf last summer.
Yeah.
Summer 2017.
That is crazy. And you've gotten on that road. Maybe that's another reason why I haven't bought a hard drive, because I haven't fully been on that, because even though I know they fuck you, but I still like the idea of getting something back after I'm done. Mm-hmm. And that's the only reason why I still haven't gotten on that train.
I generally buy games digitally when they have an extreme price drop, you know? Like,
yeah, that too.
But we're getting to a point now where you don't have to wait that long anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fucking Battlefield was like $30 over the weekend, and that just came out a week ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Red Dead was the first, and I shouldn't have. I should have just bought it digitally.
Mm-hmm.
But I think deep in the recesses of my mind, I was like, I'm gonna like this game a lot less than the first one. So let me just crank through it and then trade it in.
Yeah,
and get
maybe
$30,
that's what it was.
You know?
Because that's the only other reason why I would buy something digitally, if I know that I'm never gonna get rid of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Just
crazy.
It's just different. You're right about price drops, though. I mean, even with phones, like Pixel 4, let's say like that comes out and it checks every box that I want. I'm gonna get that day one, even though I know, because I've watched it happen the past 2 years, that come Black Friday, there's fucking crazy discounts on the new phone, on the 3 too.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm a sucker for the tech. I saw a funny ass
article. It was like, for the third year in a row, Google proves you're stupid if you buy a phone from them.
I saw that same article, and I'm gonna be the person that's gonna continue to support.
And it wasn't just the price; it was like bug fixes in the OS.
Yeah,
and it was like a whole multitude of things compounded by it being like $250 off or some shit.
But I'm aware of that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, some people, it's
Price
worse.
just needs to be a part of that conversation.
Right. For some people, I think it's worse for them than others. Like, you know, like I got my Pixel 2, and mine was fine. You know, anything else that was bad about it was a software thing, and I'm okay with waiting till that happened. Like, all right, well, I know it's gonna get fixed via software.
And that happened with me with the BlackBerry Storm. I saw so many bad things about it, and then you were like, "Is it bad?" And I was like, "I've had zero problems with it."
Yeah. So you just have to, you know. Anyways.
Yeah.
We can move.
Yeah,
we can move on.
Rick's getting bored over there.
Yeah. I guess I thought I was gonna churn up some more conversation with the whole movie thing and like the collect, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Just with like how I am with like I don't.
Yeah, like I said, man, I'm starting to pare down and get like there's TV shows that like I have like the first 10 seasons of The Simpsons on DVD, and I'm like, I don't fucking need this.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't need it.
I have the entire. I have the whole. I think I have this. I have every Seinfeld box set.
Oh really?
I had like, you know, when it came out, I have the whole thing, and then Rick knows this too. When it ended, I'm like, oh, I gotta get that ultimate like Breaking Bad thing that comes in like the barrel or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And now I don't know that I want. Like, I still want it because we both are like, man, I want to see the special features that are on there because there's a lot of fucking cool shit that's on there. So for that, I guess there's that. And there's a part of it's kind of like, but do I need to have that anymore? Other than to have it as a trophy in my room.
That and companies aren't treating special features like special features anymore.
Yeah.
That stopped really quickly, actually. Like, the commentary stuff was, aside from a few select directors or companies, was fucking garbage. Like I remember getting really excited about director's commentary on the re-release of Reservoir Dogs. It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
The movie?
Yeah. No, the commentary.
Oh, the commentary. Oh. I was like, you're nuts.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just. Yeah. I mean, aren't you guys kind of like I said? We're gonna move on, but I mean, you guys probably had a time where you guys were always going on Tuesday to buy
every Tuesday, and just to go look.
It's gone now, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys do. Like I don't even. I actually kind of get sad when I go into Best Buy now because I'm like, what am I here for?
Now it's about waiting for it to come out on Netflix or Amazon
or just however you
can find
want it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've been reprogrammed or something.
Yeah.
It's like, how could I have been so far over here and now I'm way the fuck over here and I don't miss it at all?
The only way I'm going to buy another Blu-ray is when Buffy gets its proper conversion, which is never going to happen.
Yeah.
And
without their shitty color correction.
Yeah, I hope not.
But if you know that you can get that same thing, if that gets announced, but it's going to be available digitally in some way, and let's, I don't know, like, I hear you, but see, I went through that same thing, like I said, with Breaking Bad.
I'll still buy it physically just because I love that show.
I love Breaking Bad, and I'm saying, like, do I really need that, though? Like, I think it's going to be a road that you're going to cross once you get there. Like, you might really think about it.
Well, Buffy, I can tell you for sure I'll buy
the
box set. With Angel or, like...
See, I would have thought that with me.
Like,
with
I probably
Bad,
wouldn't.
though.
I'll get it digitally. Angel, I'll get digitally, but I wouldn't buy the box set for Angel.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just way further over here than you are, because now I just don't. I don't know. I just like to. Why do I need to have that?
Right.
Like I feel like I'm gonna be more inclined to pop it on digitally than I am having the physical thing.
Yeah.
I'll buy it and I'll probably won't even fucking open it.
And that's my point.
Or you'll open it and never put a disc in.
Yeah.
You'll never put the disc in.
Unless it has like this like 20th anniversary special CD, then I'll probably open it because I want to watch that. But like, when it comes to Buffy, it's like one of those things I gotta buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought,
like I need to have.
We'll revisit it when the time comes, because there's things where I thought that I would have said that too, and it's changed.